Are you compliant with the latest regulation? You do not want to get a surprise inspection and then flunk it, and neither do you want to find a well-paying trip to somewhere just to find out you're not set up to drive through a certain state because you're lacking equipment or certification. That would be horrible. In this video, I'm going to give you the latest regarding certification and equipment. But I'm also going to give you the data to drive in all 50 states. In short, this video is going to be the one-stop info center for your legal requirements as a pilot car driver to drive all over the US. If you only wanted to drive as a local driver in your state or a certain area in the US, do not watch this video. Instead, watch the video regarding local pilot car driving, and somewhere up there is going to be a link where you can watch that video. This video here is regarding driving in all the 50 states of the US. So, now, watch this video to the end. Every piece of this video is important. You don't want to miss anything because it could cost you money. Those of you who want to be professional from the very start and make the maximum amount as a pilot car driver, click on the webinar link below. See the description and the first comment. This webinar will give you the 3 successful ways to a 6-figure income as a pilot car driver without asking anyone for a favor. This webinar will also introduce you to my new pilot car course. Here is a summary of the requirements that you have to fulfill as a pilot car driver. I suggest you take a screenshot of that summary. Get a car, van, or pickup truck to drive as a pilot car. Take the Utah certification, which is online. To drive in Florida, do a defensive driver course online unless you have a CDL. To drive in Pennsylvania, do a national flagger course with ATSSA, American Traffic Safety Service Association, online. To drive in New York, do their certification at a local DMV, but do it after you have done the Utah one. To drive in Louisiana, apply for a Louisiana permit online. To drive in Nevada, get a Nevada Amber Light permit. To drive in New Mexico, get a New Mexico pilot car permit by simply driving with an oversized load to a New Mexico port, and you will get an inspection to verify that you are in compliance with the New Mexico regulations. Get a 1 million general liability to drive as a chase and lead driver, and get a 1 million commercial auto and add Pennsylvania as an additional insured to the insurance. The next part of this video is the equipment that you will need to drive as a pilot car driver. First, let me show you a map. The green states are the states that require a top sign. The yellow states are the states where you may use a top sign or a bumper sign. The red states are the states that require a bumper sign. In the next section, I will show you the equipment that you will need. This has changed much compared to the earlier video I did in 2019. All the items you will find here are on a list with affiliate links in the description section below. Now you will notice that some of these items that I'm listing here in the below description section give you more than one option. So just read what it says above the affiliate link so you know what you're supposed to click on. Let's get right into it. First item is the traffic cone. This is a 36-inch traffic cone. You need 3 of them. The stop paddle, slow paddle. You need 2 of them. 9 reflective triangles. This one has 3 in them. You need 3 such packages. Pretty heavy. Glow sticks. These are light sticks. This one has 10, is a 10 pack. You need 8 for that. I'm using these glow sticks, not the flareable that get hot, because Oklahoma requires them. That's why we have them. 2 oversized load banners. You have to carry them even if you have a rack with an oversized load sign on it. Class 3 orange safety vest. The vests are a little cheaper. This one is a little bit more expensive, but more useful from my point of view. Orange hardhead. There you go. That's what you need. You mainly need this when you are on a construction site, walking around on it, or when you go flagging, you need that too, that's required. 10-pound fire extinguisher. A CB handheld radio. Why do you need a CB handheld radio when you already have a CB radio in the car? Well, if you step outside the car, you need that baby to communicate with the trucker. And you need two of them in case one of them goes down, you have another one in reserve. That's the reason for it. Here we have the wand. This is another traffic direction tool during dark hours. There you go. Doom, 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 doom. The flashlight. Special flashlight, 1.5 inches big here, must be for D-cell batteries. Requirement. Next, a first aid kit. And then you need 2 flags like this. This is this is on a 36-inch staff, and yeah, you need 2 of them to direct traffic. Next is load flags. These are the load flags that actually go on the Oversize Load truck. You have to carry them. There's 8 of them. This is basically in case something falls off the truck and he doesn't have a replacement, you're supposed to carry replacements for that. Also, what is required is spare batteries for for anything that you have. But I just showed you that needs a battery. You need a spare battery. Also, what is required is flags. These are the flags that go onto the rack that is on top of your car. When the rack I specifically have, you get these flags for free. They actually send you 4 of them. They're pretty long lasting. One of them has lasted me like half a year, and this is 2 ones that I've never used. I'm still using the first ones. Other things you need is a spare tire in your car, and there are tools to replace the tire, and you need a cell phone. This is also a required item. That's it. Now we're gonna go out to the car, and I'm gonna go specifically over a few points more regarding the fixed equipment in the car. What you see here is the standard setup. This is the Oversize Load sign. Below is the amber light that's fixed onto the rack. And left and right you have the red flags, which I showed you in the other video when we were inside. So you get 4 of those and you buy that rack there. That amber light I have there is a fairly expensive one. There is actually found that same amber light cheaper on Amazon. However, what's important about that amber light is it has to have a width between 43 and 52 inches in order to drive anywhere in the US. A few more words on the fixed equipment on the car, meaning the top sign, the CB radio, and the light bar. For the CB radio, you also need a mic and an external speaker. The CB radio I recommend is the Cobra Classic 29 LTD. There are 2 microphones that are considered the best. One is the Astatic, and the other one is the Rode King. For the antenna, I recommend Little Will, which is from Wilson. I suggest this one for all cars and minivans. If you want an antenna that has an extra large reach, I recommend the Striker SR-A10. This is an antenna I used on my minivan. You have to make sure that you tell the technician who is there at the shop that you want your CB radio tuned as well as your antenna. Next, let's look at the light bar. I'm going to show you different light bars. Okay, the ones I'm showing you here are all either for cars or for minivans. If you drive a pickup truck, you can just pick about any light bar that is suitable for a big truck. You will see also these light bars that I'm showing you, they have different prices. However, they all have the size required in order to drive in all US states. Before we speak about the top sign, realize that you do not have to have it if you're not interested to drive in all US states. Look at the map at the beginning of this video. This map will show you in which states you cannot drive if you don't have a top sign. If you don't want to do the top sign, I will give you an option below how you can add the required flags to your van or car with flag holders that go on top of your car. That's much cheaper. But you can't drive in a bunch of states then. So back to the actual rack sign. There is a bunch of them out there that come at various prices. What I did is below you will find a list of URLs. These are not affiliate links. These are just URLs, and it will give you various racks that you can look at. I recommend the rack top sign from Barney. This is Barney Pilot Car Equipment in Oregon. I have this one and I had it for 5 years. If anything is broken or used up too much, looks tacky or rusty, after 2 years, they will replace it for free. You may also want to see what used items you might find on Facebook. Just search Pilot Car groups on Facebook and you will get a list of them. Some of these groups have sections where they actually cover the selling of used equipment. If you're interested in learning of all the steps of how to become a pilot car driver, watch this